Hello, future people. I just woke up today and decided to do a react style video. So we're gonna be reacting to this exploring sucks. A lot of people are tired of open world exploration. Wuthering Waves uploaded literally an hour ago. Let's see what it's about.
As the gacha game genre continues to grow, we'll eventually get tired of certain aspects of these games. One such aspect that I've seen people grow tired of is the open world exploration of open world gachas. It's totally understandable. You see,
Well, I agree with this take. Genshin kind of got me into a lot of the exploration and open world type game modes, which I haven't really played a open world type game in a long time, or really I haven't really played a open world game for a long time until Genshin came out, and Genshin really burned me out of it. So when Withering Waves came, for me it was pretty tedious. So I didn't really do any open world content like that, and yeah, that's my like experience. I don't really like exploration in these games because it's like slow and boring. Even in Withering Waves, where you can run up walls and things and such, it's still too slow for me. So that's why I hope with the implementation of the Elytra system, or the wings, that traversal will actually be pretty fun. Like I'm hoping it's going to be in Anata.
it all started with Genshin Impact. Exploration was quite indeed fun in that game, at least for a little bit.
Exploration was fun for about 10 minutes for me. Then walking around everywhere, running out of stamina, kind of got old really fast. I have an unpopular opinion here, but I don't like Breath of the Wild exploration. I don't like the stamina system. It's stupid and it's slow and it's clunky. And I'd rather we have something just a lot more fun, like in Spider-Man or something like that. And as well as Genshin has this thing where they take new gameplay features under locked behind characters instead of in the game. So if you want to fly around, you have to have Wanderer or someone else. Or like if you want to, yeah, like Wanderer with his flying. You have the Ocelot girl who can run up walls, and now you have the Pyro Archon. Now you have the Pyro Archon who can float with a bike. I don't know how good or bad that is, but it's still just trash development and trash treatment of the players.
That fun slowly died down as more and more regions came out, and the formula was just repeated over and over. Not to mention, exploring that game kind of sucked. The movement was ass. There was no mounts, stamina, terrible. So I think the main reason why people are tired of open world is simply just because Genshin burnt us the hell out. Right? Doing
Yeah, that's true. But I think it's exploration just sucks in a lot of games. Like I can't think of an open world game I've played where exploration was just great. And one of the main reasons I played the game. And I enjoy exploration. The only game I can think of that scratches that itch for me is Guild Wars 2 with its mount system. Because I like just flying around on the griffins. That's literally the only reason I played the game was to collect the mounts. And now that I have all the mounts, I don't play it anymore.
that for like 2 or 3 years simply got old. It did. Then, somewhere along the way, Tower of Fantasy came out. Yeah, surprising that I bring that game up. But it brought an open world aspect as well. However, it was way more enjoyable, surprisingly enough, just because there were mounts.
Yeah, the exploration was a bit more enjoyable. You could do a couple things to like move around, but it was still pretty clunky. It's in the mounts in the game were like trash. Like they are basically just speed boosts. Like in WoW, they don't have any turn radius. They don't have any like special abilities. From what I seen, from when I was playing the game, all the mounts just were just basically speed boosts.
Mounts simply just made it so much better. But that said, it was still hella easy to not care about exploring anymore after a while. And then we come to Wuthering Waves, the current and most recent big game. Gotcha game, that is. Some people really didn't care for it being an open world gacha, which is fair, although exploring in this particular gacha game was much more enjoyable as well.
True.
Because there's infinite stamina when you're running around. You can run up walls when you're climbing, and you can grapple. It felt a lot better.
I did think it was gonna be crazy good when Wuthering Waves came out. I thought it was gonna be a night and day between Genshin and Wuthering Waves. It really wasn't. It was definitely a step in the right direction, but not enough. But not enough for me.
However, the same old formula is being repeated here. Okay, so again, the culprit is that we are just burnt out. I think that's mostly the issue here for a lot of people. Now, let me get more specific here as to why some people really don't enjoy it, especially me. I think a lot of the reasons point to exploring not feeling rewarding enough. You know what
Yeah, I think that's true.
open world gacha games have in common? Well, the only reason to explore in these games is for gacha currency from chests and puzzles. Doing that for multiple games gets really
Well, yeah, there's not really much of a reason to do it. In Wuthering Waves, it's just performing echoes, gathering chests. And in Genshin Impact, it's picking berries, gathering chests for a premium currency. Not really much. And I don't like being nickel and dimed with how you pick up currency. Like 20 here or 10 here. When a pull is 160, I would much rather than just hit like 1 or 2 locations that have 1 pull each rather than so many locations that have very small amounts of currency. Like they did in Tower of Fantasy. They had summon currency by ones. They had summon currency to where each chest you picked up gave you 1 summon. But there were standard pools and they're scattered around the map. Still a lot of them, but they were standard pools. I would like to see that just for premium currency as well.
How am I supposed to get the will to waste time exploring when I could be doing anything else more fun? Would I rather sit here going chest to chest, getting asked right for a future character with the possibility of losing 50-50 and not getting that character? Or would I rather go play Marvel Rivals?
Armed and dangerous! Again!
That's 3.
He definitely put this in here because he got that Penta. Crazy good clip though. Well, I can see it.
Or something. The latter sounds way more fun. The big problem here is the gacha currency. Exploring don't feel good when that's the only goal to exploring in these games. That's why I haven't really done much exploring in Genshin or Wuthering Waves recently. I'm just tired of doing all this to pull on gacha. You see, ideally, I wish these games could be crafted more like Skyrim or something. Explore these cool areas, caves, some crazy locations, find some cool
Never played Skyrim. I still don't have it. I played almost all the other games made by that company. I forget who it was. I think it was like Ubisoft maybe. I don't know. But I played all the other games. Or I own some of them, like Morrowind, Oblivion, Elder Scrolls. But I haven't touched Skyrim.
some powerful gear and do some cool secret quests as well. I'd do that any day. No problem. Here's an idea that I think is pretty good for what I think could help these games. So, you see, another thing these games have in common is the gear system. For Wuthering Waves, you have echoes. You get these multiple ways, but they are a grind because they have random stats. What I'm getting at is that how about we add more to this gear system? Something that you can get from exploring the open world as well. Not only gacha currency, but some kind of gear to make exploring worth it. Weapons. Get these damn weapons out of the gacha system because they don't belong there in my opinion in the first place. Like actually, characters should be the only thing in the gacha. Alright? Take the weapons out and add them to the open world's loot.
That would never happen. That would never happen. But I would like to see it. That's a zero shot happening, but I would love to see that implemented. I was expecting him to say they were gonna take the weapons out and add a traversal mechanic into the gacha. I wouldn't agree with, but adding the weapons into the actual game would be nice.
Now, one thing that could happen is that these weapons have random stats like the echoes, but not too random where they are, ass most of the time, right? We want the weapons to feel at least a little bit good, right? Then give these weapons unique drop rates, place them in certain regions where they drop higher, and boom! When you manage to open a chest in that area that has a chance to drop these and you get that weapon, it'll feel good. Especially when it's a really good one, that has really good stats. It'll feel so good. At least I think so. Imagine it.
Yeah, I probably would.
Comes.
Hey, where do I, get this weapon that's supposedly really good for my character?
Well, Pookie Bear. It can drop from this particular area on the map. Explore it, grab some chests, maybe do some quests that you can find in that area, and it'll have a chance to drop from any of those sources. I feel like that would be fine. Not only does it add another level of grinding and playing.
Yeah, that's true. I would like to see it. It would add more reason to play the game instead of or add something to like your daily grind. I doubt companies would just take the hit to their bottom line. But I'm all for that change.
In the game, it also makes it feel more worth it to explore. But alas, Wuthering Waves and these other games are already set in stone and can't change up their system to something like that. You need a weapon? Well, good luck pulling for one off the gacha. Good luck. Come home, sword, please! I need you in my life! Some games are not even guaranteed to get them. Only a new open world game could pull my ideals off. But it's not over. What Wuthering Waves could do, at the very least, is add unique weapons for secret quests. One of the best times of exploring that I had in a gacha game was in Genshin Impact's Dragon Spine. Surprise?
Yes, I'm very surprised. Exploring in Dragon Spawn is so annoying. You have to slowly creep up the mountain because there's like a snow environment where if you get too cold, you die. And you start taking damage until you like eventually die. And you have to carry around these torches basically, and to keep yourself warmed up. Not my favorite. I was thinking he was gonna go more into like the Withering Waves Elytra system that they are implementing in 2.0, because that's where he showed footage of it. But it looks like he's going in another direction of just making exploration be more meaningful and like close together, I guess. That's an option, but I would just like to move around faster. If you could just fly around. Like flying is basically my favorite thing to do in games. And so having a good flying system, that's a great way to get me to play.
I can understand that you'd be surprised because exploring that area kind of sucked because what do you mean my cryo character isn't immune to the cold? Anyway, you can do a quest line there and it would reward you at the end with a cool sword. Now the sword was good for a couple of characters, so mostly unusable, but in my opinion, doing the quest and exploring the mountain felt cool. It really did. It felt cool. At least I got a
Great impact chain there, but just want to take the little, let me screenshot this.
that was really
Take a bit of time, appreciate Carlotta.
I wish Wuthering Waves.
Her design looks crazy.
I wish it did, and it would be a great start to making open world feel good again. I'm tired of going around, grabbing chests, and all I get is some resources, gacha currency. I get it, gacha currency is nice to pull on the banners to help you get your characters, but when you do that for so long, you get tired of doing it, and exploring just don't feel good. I had a good start in Wuthering Waves, I really did. I was exploring, but when all I'm getting is gacha currency mainly from exploring, and that's like the big reward from exploring, it just don't feel good at all.
Yeah, it's like, what's the point, right? I think they should take an approach similar to Warframe. They have a lot of enemies coming at you, drop chances to find what you want, and just simulate missions. Maybe they should have like areas on the map where there is high mob density, and you can just have that dopamine going off and killing all the enemies, and then you can get like a bunch of primo rewards after that instead of like this scattered stuff because it's not working out.
I don't. So I have a hard time sitting down for like an hour or two exploring when I could be literally doing anything else. So if there were some other reward, something other than gacha currency to make it feel worth it to explore, it would feel better. It would feel better and it would feel like my time is respected. All in all, we need a change around here. Something new and exciting to explore for,
I agree.
not just gacha currency. Keep in mind, guys, that this is all just my opinion. If you are someone who enjoys the way it is currently in these games, all power to you, really.
Yeah, I do think this is a pretty good video. If you enjoy the way the games are, they're made for like casual players, so take that with what you will. But yeah, I'm still hoping for Anata to revolutionize the way we explore in these games, especially since this is going to be like a GTA kind of game. Hopefully they can take some notes, Wizard Waves and Genshin.
There's nothing wrong with that. You're enjoying it, and I'm not. I'm the one taking the L, to be honest. But do let me know what you guys think down below. And while you're down there, consider liking and subscribing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
That's a good video from this guy. Oh, what's his name? Kalo Cu? I don't know. I probably said that wrong, but I'm gonna like the video, and I hope anyone watching likes the video as well. If you feel like it, I'll have the link in the description. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the future.